Right, welcome back to Navigators of Vault. This is the first episode, and today the main topics, because the date is the 4th of November, the day before the US election, is US election, how that would affect markets, meme coins, specifically Goaty Maximus, stocks and shares, so stocks and shares plays that I'm looking at, and then the new UK capital gains tax, so we had the budget released last week, and finally Ethereum, and the altcoin markets. So to kick it off, we'll start with the election. How do you think it's going to go, Josh? What are your thoughts on the election?
Well, I don't have many thoughts on how it will actually affect the world economy. All I'm really worried about is how it will affect the portfolio and the crypto market. Yeah.
So how are you playing that within your portfolio?
Obviously Doge.
Yeah.
Because he's
close to Elon,
so that should give us a little pump. I mean, Doge's been doing well leading up to the election anyway, which is probably why it's been doing well.
Yeah.
And you've got S-Doge, which is kind of a spin-off.
Yeah, tiny market cap.
I'm sure you can speak more about that. But,
it's like a 1 mil market cap thing on Solana, so do not touch it if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to looking at, say, Dex Screener and being a degen. Because you don't want to be touching stuff that's a mil market cap.
No.
Any other things in that, or just Doge?
For me, just that. I haven't really put portfolio isn't angled in that way as much.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is that we're in the UK, so we don't really care what happens to an extent. But if you zoom out and you look at the longer term perspective, it's irrelevant at who wins because they print money over time, assets go up. But I think the immediate effects, obviously Trump is more crypto friendly. So on that basis, I think a lot of the crypto bros are leaning towards Trump. I know there's a similar argument on the Kamala Harris side. But I think if you zoom out, look at the longer term perspective, it's irrelevant who wins. They still got to print money, equals number go up. Portfolios make all time highs, people make a lot of money. The way I'm personally playing it is I have one on the TON blockchain called Trump MP3. It's a new sound meme coin. So if you go on Dex Screener, and I think it's called Trump 3 is the ticker, it will show you it. It's, again, very small, looking at like 1.5 mil market cap. So do not touch it if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, be ready to risk all you got.
Yeah. And then I also played S-Doge, which again is very small. I've already made my initial what I put in. So it's just house money that I'm now playing with. Then the bigger bets obviously are a spot bag of Doge, which I'm looking to run up anyway. For you that have watched my Instagram, I think Doge goes to $1 this cycle, and I'm playing that, and it's my second bag or second biggest bag that I own. And the other way that I've kind of hedged my bets is a Kamala Harris win on Sky Bet. So I just put £100 win on Kamala Harris. That returns $250. I got it at the point where I think the poly markets were Trump 66, 67%. Kamala Harris was like, whatever it is, 43 or whatever it was at the time. But that's how I've kind of hedged the bets. So I don't really care who wins regardless, because I think if Trump wins, we get an initial pump. But I also think Trump winning would also mark a local top in the markets.
I think either way it goes, if Trump wins, I think we'll see a run up. But I think it's short term.
I think that's what we saw last week.
Yeah, no matter who wins, the long term
vision of
the market will be the same.
Yeah.
If Trump
wins, number go up, isn't it?
We might get a short term burst, but I think we still come back down after that.
But I think it leads into that longer term perspective. You're also thinking about the debt ceiling. So I did a post today about the debt ceiling. It's just reached like 38.5 trillion, or US debt has reached 35.8 trillion, something like that. And obviously they're going to have a debt ceiling discussion within the new year. They're probably going to have to raise the debt ceiling again. So by raising the debt ceiling, they're printing more money, more money coming into assets, number go up. It's literally as simple as that. So like you just said as well, the longer term aspect of it is number go up, everyone's happy. But shorter term, I think what we saw last week, so when Bitcoin made its run to like 73-ish or near an all-time high, that was everyone betting on a Trump win. That's when his odds were going well. Yeah. Since then, his odds have kind of crashed. Not that it's like with Polymarket, it's back to not 50-50, but maybe like 54, 46 or whatever it is. But I think initially, if we get a Trump win, it will get initial pump, but I think that will also mark a local top. I mean, just looking at the Tether chart, which we'll look at in a second, we had a fake out last week. And if we see a fake out, it normally means an extended move in the opposite direction. And Tether dominance is inversely correlated to crypto. So if that is going up, crypto assets will be going down. Then I think if Kamala Harris wins, we'll just get an initial dump and then it will just continue dumping.
Yeah.
That is how I personally think.
It might even speed up the market. Instead of having another push to the upside and then a dump, we'll just go straight to the dump. It might actually bring everything forward. Yeah.
So we'll quickly just have a look at this Tether dominance chart just so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
You'll see us in the corner still.
Yeah, we'll still be there. So when it comes to the Tether dominance, I was looking at this here. So last week, if I zoom in, you can see initially on the daily, so for paid Telegram members, you will see that we were looking at this head and shoulders top, and a breakdown of that head and shoulders top would mean a target of the 4.3%. And if we did dump, you would have seen the risk assets going up, which I think is what you saw last week on this here. But now if you zoom out to the weekly, you can then see that key area of support around the 5.27% mark. We initially had, so the week of the 14th of October, we had a close outside, which was showing a breakdown. We then, the week after, so the week of the 21st of October, it closed back in, fake out. Third week, it dumped, but in the same week had a very strong close back up, so fake out. And that should result in an extended move to the upside. So upside targets for Tether, like first main area of resistance is around that 5.65%. If we get above that, you're probably looking at about 5.77 and maybe even to the 5.9 to 6% area. So if that does happen, I think you get this flush that I've kind of been looking for and have been sent for a while in Bitcoin. And this wick ultimately here, so a wick of a candle is this stick looking thing. That is what you call a wick. And then this is called the body of a candle. That doesn't look too great. Normally when you see something like that, it normally means it's a reversal. So it tried breaking out, didn't work, and you'll maybe see an extended move in the opposite direction. So that is what I mean by that. I mean, anything else with regards to the election, Josh?
No, I don't think so. I think just no matter what your portfolio does, just sit back and...
It's a longer term.
Extend your long-term vision.
Yeah, I think the way we're playing this is we're using this dip or whatever it is as a buying opportunity. And that's how I'll be playing it personally.
Get your shopping lists out.
Yeah, as I was telling everyone in the Telegram, get your shopping list prepared. If we do have this dump, you want to be looking up to pick up your assets that are in your portfolios. But moving on to the Goaty Maximus. Yeah. So if you have been living under a rock and you don't know what's happening, there was an AI agent that is basically in charge of a Twitter account called The Truth Terminal. And he was funded by A16Z and Mark Andreessen, got given a 50k Bitcoin grant. He basically then used that to barter with his creator, effectively, and get more access to stuff. Anyway, this bot, for whatever reason, is obsessed with a 2004 meme, I think it is, called the Goaty. Do not recommend you Googling it. Not nice. But basically, it's obsessed with this thing. Someone then made a meme coin on it. It's not officially partnered, but it seems to be pumping it out. And then this meme coin has basically ran up in a space of 2 weeks from nothing. I think it topped out to about 800 million. Yeah. So we will go and have a look at that now. And basically, again, it's on the big exchanges now. Now this is it. It's a Goaty Maximus. If you can see, if I flick to the market cap chart, we topped out.
Still sitting at half
a billion. We go to the daily. We topped out at a high of 922 million. And as you can see, that when it did that in a very short period of time. If we do go to the 4 hour, I don't know where all my drawings have just gone. I did just have them all. But anyway, that for me, I think it's a stayer. I personally think, obviously, the biggest narratives of this cycle have been memes, AI. This is both.
Yeah.
And then the last time we hit a meme AI narrative one was Turbo.
Which is still there.
Which is still there, and it's sitting, I think, at about 580 million.
It's sitting just under its previous all-time high.
It's just
it's to sit that high up still.
We'll see where that is quickly, just for a perspective. So obviously we got into this.
I can't even remember.
Full transparency, probably down here.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that. We had to go through this pullback, had to go through this pullback, had to go through this pullback to get to where we are now. People will say we're lucky. I don't think so. We were looking in the right space at the right time and actually pulled the trigger on it. But this is just a sort of easy comparison for people to try and understand. Is last time we come across an AI and something narrative, yes, we were getting into Turbo at what, 50 mil market cap, something tiny, maybe even 30. I still think the opportunity with this is because you've got the TradFi name behind it, A16Z, not officially behind it, but you know what I mean. I think it has the potential to maybe get some of that suit money coming into it. So I think Goat, personally, again, not financial advice, I think this goes to multiple billions, maybe even 7 to 10 at peak cycle, but I wouldn't fade it. For me, dips are for buying. So for full transparency at the moment, I have a lot of orders between the go back to the price chart quickly. Okay, there it is. There's all my joints because we're not on the price chart. So all these green lines down here, you can see they are on my limit orders. So if you want to see them, they are all here on the side. This was my little drawing that I gave to members a while back, and it seems to be working at the moment. Don't want to jinx it too much. But I think personally, Goaty's going to stick around.
Yeah, I think the same. Ultimately, we've been shown already that AI, and especially meme coins, this cycle are going to be crazy. So I think to hedge your bets, you need to be owning some big AI and meme coins, which is Goat, one of the biggest ones now, and it's recent. The bill. But I think we still could see it come down a bit further than it has, just because how quickly it ran up.
Well, I think the one thing that I think a lot of people are, say, left curving is... I saw a tweet the other day, I think it was by an account called Income Sharks. He's saying that he saw most fads only lasted a year. Now, I agree with that to a certain extent, but the way that AI changes so quickly, I can't help but feel it will be a fad that's longer than a year. So I'm still playing memes and AI into the new year, unless there's another narrative, maybe like Deepin or real world assets, RWAs, that maybe steps into the spotlight. But then if that happens, we can obviously pivot and rotate from our portfolio into the new whatever scene is as good sector.
I think AI still sticks out. We're only at the start of what AI can do, really. So it's not going to get any less.
It moves at such a fast pace as well. Like you've now got ChatGPT with the memory log and everything like that. It can read photos, it can read charts. I mean, you've got that Google Notes thing that if you watch Rail Power Real Vision, he basically uploaded like 190 page document into Google Notes, and it created a podcast.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Literally out of his
podcast
5-10 minutes, if that, and it's just two people talking to each other. So all of this stuff is happening, and it's happening at an exponentially fast rate. There was, like, going back to this Goaty thing a week ago, like there was a period of a mad 4 to 5 days where
going crazy.
Yeah, I personally, I don't do a lot of trading, but I was spot trading at the time. Like, did you tip Goat to me?
I can't remember. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
I think you might have done. Or was that a different one?
I can't remember. I know I did. I sent you Cat GF.
Yeah, you said so. I don't know how we come across Goat again, but he might have tipped it to me. I can't remember. If not, I saw it on...
Might have seen it in the trenches on Twitter.
Yeah, we probably saw it on Twitter somewhere. And then obviously, when it comes to like acting on this stuff, you have to make your decision fast. You either pull the trigger or you don't.
Yeah.
At the time, I think when we first bought it, it was like 380 mil, maybe 450.
What, Goat?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
When I got in, it was between 380
lower than
450.
Lower than 450.
Yeah. So then I personally ran it up. I did it with a bit of size, did it with $500, did it to like 850, whatever it was, 800. Cashed my original 500 out and then just kept trimming as it went up. So nearly enough doubling my money, completely coming out. Now, obviously, if this thing's going to stick around, I don't know if you guys have seen Murad, the guy that is talking about the big meme coins. Cult-like followings, other things that he likes is stuff that's had multiple 70% corrections. I don't think it's had a 70% correction yet. I think it's happening at the moment. So I'm now personally looking to DCA back in, hence why you guys have saw my orders. And I think it's going to stick around. But there was a 4 to 5 day period where I was literally just trading like Go, it was CapGF, there was like Child AI, Genome, which has literally went from 5 mil market cap to 100 and back down to 3, so that's gone nowhere.
Act as well.
Yeah, Act AI, that was another one. But those we've kind of just stopped at the minute. The attention has kind of faded from them. Not from Goat, but the smaller ones.
No, that's the good thing.
Yeah,
you'll get runs of a narrative for a couple of days, and you'll get some that stay around. And I think Goat's probably one of them.
It is. I think it is. But yeah, we were literally a 4 or 5 day period where the Telegram was going nuts, and it was just me constantly pinging in charts, going, "Right, guys, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah blah blah." And it was at all hours.
I've sold.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm in, I'm out. They're my orders, blah blah blah. But no, I think that's going to stick around. And if you are looking to do like the shorter term stuff, just don't use leverage. Just try and do it with spot. Like you can do a 50, 100,
easily
200% gain in a spot position with no leverage in a space of a couple hours. Because I think even that initial when we got into Go, it was literally between 1 and 2 days. It was up like 150, 200% or whatever it was. So that's all I can recommend from my point of view. Not financial advice, but I would not use leverage, especially when you're looking at like these low market cap stuff. I want to pivot into some stocks and shares that I'm looking at. So setting up for this fourth quarter and going into 2025, I think are quite important to look at. Obviously, if you're in the UK, you want to take advantage of your stocks and shares ISA. These are obviously not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I am looking at. So if we go to here, the first one I really like is cybersecurity. So if we come out to the monthly, you can see this is a cybersecurity chart, and you can see if you guys notice patterns. You know what that pattern is, Josh?
Yep.
What is it?
Cup and handle.
Yeah, good man. So you can see the cup here, and there's the handle. Now, when you measure a cup and handle, you take the bottom of the cup, so down here, to the neckline, which is this white line, which you draw from one side of the cup, from the left side of the cup to the right side of the handle. You then drag that to where the price has broken out, and you stick it on top, basically. So the target for this cup and handle is around the $92 mark. Please bear in mind, this is a monthly chart. So each candle here represents 1 month of trading. And this candle, or this cup and handle, has been forming since November 2021. So expect this breakout target to maybe come within the next 1 to 3 years. Something like that, which I think is quite conservative to say. If you look at the weekly as well, if you're a trader, you already know this, but we've had a breakout. We're now retesting. If you're looking to play this, you buy on the retests. Not financial advice, but this is where you buy if you're going to do it. Now, I have already set up take profits zones or targets, as you can see here, which are these green lines. I personally am looking to enter this. I am not in my position yet, but I will be by the end of this week. So I will be playing the cybersecurity. That is one thing I'm looking at. And the other thing, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on now and say is the WEF during I think it's the 2023 Davos talk. It might have been early 2024. Can't remember where they do it. They were talking about cyber attacks. They were saying there was going to be a cyber attack before 2025. we're coming up to 2025. There hasn't been one yet. They said it was going to be faster, more vicious than COVID. So again, like I say, I'm just putting my tinfoil hat on. It could be complete crap, and you can't plan for black swan events. But cybersecurity is one thing that I think should perform well if something like that happens. And good old Nancy Pelosi, the insider trader from America, has been loading up on cybersecurity stocks. So I am personally looking to play cybersecurity ETF, and I'm currently playing this one here, QUBT. And you can see my average price is this yellow line down here. So I'm hoping we're at the bottom now, and we should get a nice run in that. The other one I want to look at just briefly is, trying to complete wrong one here, is XIBT, which is a biotech ETF. So again, if we come out to the monthly, you can see that we kind of peaked, or we did peak back in 2021 bull market. We've since then saw a massive correction. So from peak, we saw around a 61% correction. It looks like we're bottoming out now. We've just had a 10-20 cross on the monthly, which is a very bullish sign, because if you look back at history, when we had a 10-20 cross last time on the monthly, it never ended for a period of probably over a decade, near enough. So just bear that in mind. I will be looking to play this on a break of this channel. So if we can get a monthly / buy or couple consecutive weekly closes above the 101, I'll be looking to buy this. You can also say that there is a double bottom here at play, and the target of that double bottom I've already marked out is if you drag that to where it breaks out, which is, let's just say it's there, is this here, so it's around the 168, and if you may have already noticed, that would then put it in play for a double top. So it all works out. That's another thing I want to pull to. I mean, do you have any thoughts on cyber and
not particularly,
but high-tech?
No.
Right, sweet.
Unfortunately, can't really say anything about that.
That's okay. So they're the two I'm looking at. Like ETF-wise, obviously you can look at specific shares or specific stocks, sorry. One of the ones specifically in the biotech industry I'm looking at is this. XBIT is the ticker. As you can see, we kind of bottom out. We're sitting on or near a very key area of support around the 725. We've just had that bullish 10-20 cross. Last time we got that from the point of the cross at peak, we saw a 300% run. Not to say that we're going to see that again, but let's be conservative and say we only see 150%. This time that will take you around to 1855. And if you get there, that's where you've got a key area of resistance. So maybe something to have in mind. Do you want to start or move into the next one? UK capital gains?
Can do.
So for people that are in America, we had our new budget this week. And UK's got some new capital gains laws.
Unfortunately, yeah. We can speak about it together, I don't mind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So new capital gains basically in the UK from, I think it's from the day of the announcement, which was the 30th. You have, specifically for crypto, I think it may be stocks and shares. Yeah, it will be stocks and shares as well. Unless it's
in an ISA.
Yeah, stocks and shares ISA. You have a 3k allowance. So
brilliant.
Yeah, lovely. What are you going to do with 3k?
Yes, 3k.
So you can take 3k out of any of your profits tax-free. And then anything after that, you will be taxed either 18% or 24%, depending on your salary.
Which isn't as bad as we thought it could have been.
No.
Because there was rumours it was going to be like 39 or something.
I was panicking when I was seeing those rumours as the 35.
We would have had to leave before that.
Yeah, or I just wouldn't sell anything. And you'd have to round trip it again. You'd have to ride it all the way up, all the way down, and then wait for next cycle. And then we can hopefully get out of here, then cash it out. But yeah, like you say, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. No. Obviously, it's not ideal. And from what I'm seeing on Twitter and speaking to other people within the space, people are still looking to.
Yeah, a lot of. I've seen any people that I speak to that have big portfolios or looking to take some money. None of them are here.
Do you know if that's affected anyone in like the businesses side of things as well?
Yeah. All business people that I speak to. not all, I say all, not people who are remote, who can work from their laptop, stuff like that. None of them would choose to be in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of these new budgets are going to help. I mean, I know they put national insurance up as well.
They put loads of tax up.
Yeah, which is not good for businesses because businesses now have to pay more national insurance, and the way they earn that money is by putting up the prices on their whatever they're selling, and obviously that then goes back to the consumer and blah blah blah. But not to say that the Conservatives would have been better than the Labour. No one really knows or really cares, because going back to what we said about the US elections, no matter who comes in, they have to print money.
Yeah.
It pushes the assets up, which is why you look for the stuff that's outperforming the most, which is crypto.
A lot of, in my industry and business, no one's happy about it really. I know Ricky spoke about it a lot.
Oh, Rich Man Poor Man.
Rich Man Poor Man on Instagram.
Yeah.
And all of the people in the comments, everyone's just, anyone nowadays who has an ambition and wants to break the chain, own assets, build up their wealth, is not going to want to do it in the UK because
effectively.
They get it taken away.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not great. Obviously, there will be loopholes and whatnot, but you just need to know the people to speak to in those regions. So we will have to, when it comes to tax season, which is April for UK, it's April to April. We'll be looking at those tax things and what we need to do to make the most out of our money that we've made, hopefully from crypto by then, to actually take some profits.
I think it'll be after April, to be fair.
Yeah. But the final thing I really wanted to cover was Ethereum and some altcoins, because I know now if you guys have watched Real Vision, you might see I'm in a Real Vision talk that says don't fuck this up.
By the meme coin, by the way. DTFU.
Yeah, DTFU.
Not financial advice.
Not affiliated with Real Vision, but the community have got a meme coin. So, and it's on the floor, so if you're going to buy it,
I know.
Not financial advice, but now is where I've started buying.
Yeah.
Real Vision and obviously Rao and Julia and everyone over there said the banana zone is coming. I believe them. I think it is. I just don't think. I think we're in for one more flush, effectively, before we see this.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple tweets I want to share just to show you with this. So Benjamin Cohen is the only person I would say this year that has played the cycle to a T perfectly. So his thesis, long story short, was Bitcoin heavy until 60% dominance, or until the Fed starts easing monetary policy, so i.e. printing money. Bitcoin is now at 60% dominance. He believes the majority of the move is done. So he'll be looking, I believe, over the next couple of months coming into New Year to move out of Bitcoin into alts. And you can see this chart on the screen is what they call total 3 minus USDT. So this is the total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and ETH. I believe. If I butchered that, I apologise. You can see last cycle here, altcoin reckoning come down. I think he says a saying something like, altcoins are just simulators, something else at best. So, but altcoins just simulate what they've done past cycle effectively is what he's saying here. So we're waiting. This is the final reckoning of the altcoins. We're waiting for them to come down to this yellow line. Once they're there, we should see them bottom out and then get this, what everyone is hoping for. This is what you call the banana zone.
Yeah.
This massive spike up. And that is normally when the Fed has started easing monetary policy, i.e. printing. Obviously, you've got China that's already done stimulus. The ECB and the Fed, everyone are cutting rates. Canada's cutting rates. Bank of England's cutting rates. China, I think, are waiting for the dollar's strength to come down before they implement their next wave of liquidity. Purely because if they do it now, it's going to worsen their currency. So it's a fine margin with it. But the other tweet I wanted to show as well is ETH. Everybody now, if you are looking at crypto Twitter or you look at people's posts, everyone's been slating ETH. Now, Ben has been saying that ETH should come down to what they call, I think it's the 2 standard deviation oversold on the logarithmic regression band, which is this green thing here. He's saying that it should come down to the lower boundary. Now, if we are to come down to that lower boundary, it'll probably be around the $900 to $1,000 mark. Now, I know for a fact that if ETH comes down to around the $9,900 mark, everyone's going to be cacking it.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to want to buy it. They'd all be fuming at the Ethereum Foundation for selling, and various other things. But then, me personally, if it's down there,
worth a buy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll load up the truck because you buy into fear and you buy when everyone's kicking and screaming, and then it normally works out. But everyone's waiting for this banana zone. Let's see if it happens. I think it's coming. I just don't think it's as soon as everyone thinks. I think we're ultimately waiting for the Fed monetary policy to ease, so them to start printing money before this really does kick off. But going into New Year, I still think now's the time to be buying alts, dare I say, rather than the stuff that's moving. I mean, the market's already shown you what it's going to move, I believe. Do you remember what they are off the top of your head, or some of them?
Meme coins.
Yeah, meme coins, AI plays, like things like NIR.
Maple's been moving.
Yeah, Ton,
silently.
Maple, yeah. ICP.
Definitely Ton. Ton, I think, will do well.
Turbo as well. I mean, look, you want to find the ones that have been silent movers and no one's really heard of. Because the silent movers I've found have been normally the best.
Definitely.
I mean, a lot of the big memes, I think anything on Murad's list, like meme list, I don't know if you've seen it on X. If you're not sure what it is, just type in on X, Murad meme list, it'll come up with a chart. I think any of them are pretty safe bets. Right, apologies for this end in clip. We had some technical difficulties with the camera.
We've been sitting here for about 10 minutes trying to figure it out. But it luckily recorded most of the stuff we said.
Yeah, podcast still in good hands. It's just the ending that's a bit
I think we were speaking to the camera for about a minute with no camera.
Yeah, we got to the Murad meme list and everything on there is pretty much a safe bet, and I can't remember what we talked about after, so... Thank you for watching the first episode.
Oh, we need to do a meme coin of the week. Meme coin of the podcast.
Oh, meme coin of the month.
Meme coin of the month.
Or whatever we were doing. Right, so...
I think it has to be an AI
YouTube,
meme.
you go for one.
Are we going for a big one?
So, by this time next month, this time next podcast, whenever the date is, so it'll be...
December.
November, December.
End of November, December.
Yeah, I had a brain fart there. December time, next podcast in December, it has how... What do you think is the perform best from now until then?
Okay, not financial advice.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
We don't offer financial advice here. It could be any of them. Do you want me to get some up so you can have a look?
No, I know them all. I'm just thinking about how degenerate I go.
I'll get some up for you.
I think a non-degenerate, if you're a normie... Dogecoin is your man. It's going to be higher in December.
You reckon Dogecoin's going to perform the best? You're trying to get the highest return, remember, from now until next podcast.
Maybe PopCat.
I'm personally going to go with Goat.
Still?
Yeah, I'm backing Goat. I'll write these down, so I'm going to go Goat. Are you sure you want to stick with Doge?
You're doing biggest return?
Oh, our highest returns.
It's not going to... Well, I need a smaller market cap then.
Turbo.
I'm going Turbo.
Right, so we're both going for AI memes. You're going for the old school.
Yeah. Or we could go Megatron.
You could go Megatron. You try and play the election win.
Or Retardio. Do you know about Retardio?
Yeah.
No, I'll stay on Turbo.
You going Turbo, yeah?
Or SPX.
And then, okay, what percentage do you reckon it will do from now until next month? Do you reckon it'll be up, down, even?
What are we at?
Turbo's at 5, just under 500 mil market cap.
I think we sit back at 1. Is it 1 cent? Yeah, I think we sit back at 1 cent.
You reckon Turbo 1 cent?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
By next month.
So you reckon 1 cent, and then what is Goat sitting at? 50, and then it got to a high of 85. I reckon in a month's time, so that is all the way over here. I reckon Goat's sitting at 1.3. I reckon Goat will be above $1 billion.
So you think it's going to do 120%?
I would say $1.30 in a month. It's a long time in meme world. Don't forget that. You want to look at the turbo chart?
I think we go lower still first.
Yeah, we're too right, but you got to remember these things move fast. Look, where's turbo? Do you want to go weekly chart? Look, don't remember this move. That's 1 week, mate. 1 week, and it did.
Yeah, I don't think we do that.
274%.
Yeah.
So you still reckon we're only going to be
maybe 1.1 cents.
So next month you reckon it's going to be at 1 cent, which is around about 40%. A 40% move.
Yeah.
Fair enough. 1 cent. Yeah, I've gone $1.30.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
And for the next podcast, we'll probably have a guest on.
Yeah.
So the next one won't be just us two.
No, we've got a guest in mind. Hopefully they can be around for it. If not, then I'm sure we'll just do us again, or maybe get someone else on.
Yeah.
But hopefully you enjoyed the first episode. We're going to try and leave it as uncut as possible, just so it feels kind of more interactive and real.
And if anyone's actually still watching,
yeah, thank you for hanging around.
Comment what meme coin you think will do the best in the next month.
Comment your memes, price targets for next month,
and then we'll know that you stay till the end.
If you nail it, and I mean like to a T. So let's say you said it hasn't got to be the best performer out of us two and the one you pick, but if you comment a meme and its price target on the day that we film next month, obviously you don't know that, so it's highly impossible. But if you nail it, I'll give you $100. Yeah?
I'll send you $100 a turbo.
There you go, you guys out there, if you can nail your meme coin at a specific price next month, but you have to comment it within a month of this video being a week of this video being uploaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only rule.
Yeah.
So within 1 week of this video being uploaded, you have 1 week to comment your meme coin and its price when we record the next day of filming. In the comments. If you do, you get $100 a turbo, and I will give you $100 to any wallet you like. Yeah?
Perfect.
Sweet. Take care, everyone. Stay safe out there.